One sunny afternoon, in a small town, lived a curious girl named Lily. She was always exploring, imagining magical lands where anything could happen. On this particular day, while wandering in her backyard, she stumbled upon something she'd never seen before. A small, glittering door hidden beneath some tall flowers. It shimmered in the sunlight, almost as if it was calling her. Lily, full of curiosity, knelt down and carefully opened the door. To her surprise, the door opened into a tunnel, glowing with soft, colorful lights. She took a deep breath and stepped through, her heart racing with excitement. As soon as she stepped through, she felt a gentle breeze, and suddenly, she wasn't in her backyard anymore. Instead, she found herself in a land unlike anything she had ever seen. Lily looked around in awe. She had entered a magical world filled with enormous trees. Only these trees didn't have regular leaves. They were made of candy. The branches were covered in colorful gummy bears, candy canes, and chocolate bars. Everywhere she looked, there was something delicious. The air smelled sweet, like a bakery on a holiday morning. As Lily walked deeper into the candy forest, she noticed that the ground was soft and squishy. She knelt down and realized that the grass was made of cotton candy. She took a tiny piece and tasted it. It was the sweetest, fluffiest cotton candy she had ever eaten. She couldn't believe her eyes. Was this real? Suddenly, a soft voice interrupted her thoughts. "Hello there!" "Who are you?" Lily turned around to see a small, furry creature with big, friendly eyes. It looked like a bunny, but with long, curly whiskers and a coat that shimmered like sugar crystals. "My name is Sprinkle," said the creature. "Welcome to Sweetland, the magical world where everything is delicious." Lily smiled. "Wow, I've never seen anything like this. Is everything here made of candy and sweets?" Sprinkle nodded. "Yes. And not just candy. There are also trees that grow fruit, but not regular fruit. We have strawberry ice cream bushes, jelly bean flowers, and even fountains that flow with chocolate." Lily's eyes widened. "Chocolate fountains? I have to see this." Sprinkle led her through the candy forest until they reached a clearing. In the middle of it was a giant fountain made entirely of chocolate. The chocolate flowed smoothly, creating a river of warm, creamy goodness. Nearby, there were marshmallow clouds floating in the air, and little boats made of cookies drifted on the chocolate river. Lily dipped her finger into the fountain and tasted it. It was the richest, creamiest chocolate she had ever tasted. "This place is incredible!" she exclaimed. "But where does all this food come from?" Sprinkle chuckled. "That's the magic of Sweetland. The food grows here all by itself, and it's always fresh. You can eat as much as you want, and there's always more. Would you like to see the sweet fruit forest next?" Lily eagerly agreed, and they continued their journey. As they walked, they passed by giant cakes stacked as high as trees, and donut flowers with sprinkles that glittered in the sunlight. Finally, they arrived at the sweet fruit forest, where the trees bore the most unusual fruits Lily had ever seen. On one tree, there were apples made of apple pie, with warm cinnamon swirling through each bite. Another tree had bananas filled with creamy pudding, and yet another had oranges that were actually orange-flavored jelly. Lily picked a fruit from each tree and couldn't stop smiling as she tasted them. "This is the most amazing place I've ever been," Lily said between bites of pineapple. "I wish I could stay here forever." Sprinkle smiled warmly. "Sweetland is always here for those who believe in magic and have a kind heart. But there's still more to see. Let's visit the chocolate sea." They walked a bit further until they reached the edge of the forest, where they found a vast sea stretching out before them. But it wasn't a regular sea. It was a sea of smooth, flowing chocolate. In the distance, chocolate waves gently rolled onto the shore, which was made of sugar sand. There were boats made of wafer cookies floating on the sea, and the air smelled of warm cocoa. Lily watched in amazement as some of the creatures of Sweetland, like caramel dolphins and gummy fish, splashed playfully in the chocolate waves. I never imagined something like this could exist, Lily whispered, her eyes wide with wonder. Do people come here often? Sprinkle shook his head. Not everyone can find the door to Sweetland. It only appears to those who have a big imagination and believe in magic. Lily felt incredibly lucky. I can't wait to tell my friends about this place. They'll never believe me. Sprinkle nodded with a knowing smile. They might not believe you, but Sweetland will always be here, waiting for you. And remember, if you ever want to come back, all you have to do is find the door again. Lily spent the rest of the day exploring Sweetland, tasting delicious treats and marveling at the wonders of the magical world. She floated on the chocolate sea in a wafer boat, played with the gummy fish, and even had a picnic under a tree made of candy apples. But as the sun began to set, Lily knew it was time to go back home. She followed Sprinkle back to the glittering door, feeling a little sad to leave such an amazing place. But Sprinkle reassured her, "You can come back whenever you like, Lily. Sweetland will always be here for you." Lily smiled, gave Sprinkle a big hug, and stepped through the door. As soon as she did, she found herself back in her backyard, the magical door now gone. She looked around at the regular trees and flowers, but she knew that Sweetland was real, and that one day she would return. With a heart full of joy and a belly full of sweets, Lily headed back inside her house, ready to tell her parents all about her amazing adventure. Conclusion for Storytime with Hams. Thank you for joining us on this magical adventure with Lily in Sweetland. We hope you enjoyed discovering a world where everything is made of candy, fruit, and chocolate. Always remember, the best adventures happen when you let your imagination run wild. Don't forget to come back for more exciting stories here on Storytime with Hams. Until next time, keep dreaming and exploring.